the video world, one of the coolest effects out there is the use of slow motion footage. And the great part about it is that most modern video cameras have at least some slow motion capabilities. Today, we're going to dive into what slow motion footage actually is, how to achieve it, and when to use it. Video is simply a continuous collection of stills, usually 24 or 30 of them per second to be exact. These frame rates recreate the speed and motion blur of an image that our eyes would perceive if we were seeing it in real life. Slow motion footage is footage that is shot at a higher frame rate than the frame rate that you want it to be viewed at. The footage is then slowed down on your timeline to achieve the desired result without stretching frames. If you simply shoot at 24 frames and then want to slow that shot down for effect, there's going to be a problem. Since only 24 frames per second were captured, you would be stretching the video to the point of seeing less frames per second, which means each individual frame remains on screen for longer. This results in a choppy, undesirable look. So again, if you plan on slowing a shot down, you need to film it at a higher frame rate than you plan on editing in. For example, if you know that your project is going to be at a frame rate of 24 and you want to slow that footage down to half speed, you should film at 48. Then, in the edit, you can stretch the footage out until there are 24 frames per second instead of 48, and you'll have a smooth, slow motion shot. Some cameras even do this for you by allowing you to set a project and a sensor frame rate. This means that the footage is automatically stretched and plays back in slow-mo. Now, some things to consider when shooting slow motion are the increased effects of your light sources in your shots. The higher your frame rate is, the less light will be captured in each frame by your camera's sensor, so you'll need to plan on this before shooting. High frame rates can also lead to the dreaded flickering effect, caused by lights in your shot running on an electrical frequency that clashes with your frame rate. This can be solved a couple of ways. Either change your frame rate, change your shutter speed, or as a last resort, use a plugin or an overlay in post to eliminate the flicker. First and foremost, slow motion is a great way to showcase something cool happening. Whether it's a bullet hitting a watermelon, a surfer catching a wave, or a hummingbird flapping its wings, slow motion can allow a viewer to see details in something that their eyes simply cannot capture in real life. Perhaps the most practical and common use of slow motion is to just add an ethereal, smooth quality to B-roll. Just about anything looks cool when slowed down to half speed. Even slowing down a shot just a little bit can result in a cinematic, dreamy look. And on a practical level, if you're filming handheld from a helicopter, for example, slow motion helps reduce camera shake and makes it easier to stabilize your footage in the edit. Slow motion is also a great way to add emphasis to an important moment or scene in your story. It really allows the viewer to focus on what's happening and lets them know, hey, pay attention here. Because the technique is so versatile and also so readily accessible, the ability to shoot slow motion is a key skill that every video creator should have.